My name is Maggie Griffin, and I did my research paper on the relationship between birth control and water pollution. Almost everyone around the world has easy access to water by simply turning on a faucet, and we often take this for granted. We usually do not think about how we could be polluting this essential part of life. In recent years, studies have shown that various hormones in birth control are polluting our water and affecting the environment. A huge number of women and teenagers take this pill today without even knowing its potentially harmful effects, but the pill has not always been misused. The oral contraceptive pill was first introduced and approved in 1960, but even then it was not widely used like it is today. It wasn't until several years later when the Time magazine featured it on their cover and described it as an enormous societal impact. Today, it is no big phenomenon, but rather an everyday medicine to most females. The definition of birth control is the limitation of offspring by the prevention of contraception, according to a man named Stuart B. Blakely. But it is not the pill itself that harms our water, but rather what the pill consists of. The pill consists of synthetic hormones, also called progestins, which are combined with estrogen. More specifically, EE2, a synthetic estrogen, has been singled out as a major factor of our polluted water and is used in birth control pills, injectables, and patches. These estrogenic compounds are part of a larger category chemicals called endocrine disruptors, or EDCs. An endocrine disruptor is a chemical that can alter the hormonal and homeostatic systems, enabling an organism to communicate with and respond to its environment. Because these chemicals are not getting filtered out of our water, it is very alarming to everyday consumers and is also greatly harming the wildlife that resides there. These traces of birth control affect us all. Birth control hormones in our water pose threats to fetal development in young children. In November of last year, the British Medical Journal published an article indicating that levels of prostate cancer in men are highest in geographic areas with the greatest use of oral contraceptives. For water animals, the effects are quite different. Since fish and other animals permanently reside in our rivers and lakes, it is out of their control to regulate what chemicals go into them. These contaminants in the water are essentially turning male fish into female fish, giving them the capability to produce eggs. Female fish have had severe effects as well in the development of their ovaries, which has essentially made them sterile. Because fish have shorter life cycles than humans, studying the effects on them gives us insight to what it can do to humans. Although birth control is a major factor, it is not the only source that omits EDCs. There are a few other sources, including synthetic estrogens and crop fertilizers, synthetic and natural estrogens from livestock, various other industrial chemicals, and pregnant women who emit a high level of natural estrogens. This slide illustrates how industrial chemicals may enter waterways either through chemical plant runoff or the disposal of products in landfills. One major question still is, are we able to filter these hormones out of our water? Current technology filters out major dirt and kills germs, but doesn't do much to remove tiny bits of toxic waste that come from drugs. Edward Lai and Banu Ormesi are two Carleton University professors trying to figure out how to filter out these small particles. They are coming up with a method to extract these pollutants out of our water by making them bind to particles they can make or engineer themselves. Until then, a less costly way to possibly get these contaminants out of your water would be by simply investing in an in-home filtration system. Some examples are the Brita or the Pure faucet, both shown here. Our water is a very valuable resource, and it is important to understand the different contaminants that can harm it, such as birth control.